Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Mac, and you know what time it is. We're about to partake in another special segment in the Mr. Mac Art Show. But before we begin, I wanted to read a passage from one of my favorite books, Birds of North America. Ready? It goes like this. First page. Isn't that interesting? Birds. Gotta love them. Today's video has been sponsored by Birds of North America. They wanted us to play their jingle for you all. I'm gonna go something like this. Ready? Happy birthday. Enough of the bird talk. Let's get in the action. Let's roll our sleeves up. Well, I'll do that later. And let's talk about some art. George Harrison is actually a guest on the show, and he's gonna tell us what we're talking about today.
Hi mate, yeah, we're talking about 15th century in Europe. Should be interesting, mate. Rock and roll, man. Yeah.
George Harrison, thank you so much for being on the show. I really have to say just a quick thing. I am a huge fan of the Beatles. My favorite song has to be Beast of Burden. Anywho, we're talking about 15th century art found in Europe. Let's dive headfirst with goggles and like one of those hats that they wore or they wear when they swim and they're racing. Yes, into this pool. Go ahead. Yeah, let's use it. So when you're thinking 15th century art, I really hope that you're also thinking about the. Don't make me spell it out. Very good. Thinking about the Renaissance period that took place directly after the Middle Ages. And for extra credit, Renaissance is actually a French word, Renaissance, which means rebirth. Renaissance. Où est la toilette? Je ne sais pas. Alright, and during this time, what you gotta know and understand is that there was a great revival of interest in the classical learnings and values of Greece and of Rome. Politically, everything was stable. Economically, things were prospering. There was new technologies being developed. The printing press was developed during this time. I mean, things were really doing wonders for people. Also, something to keep in mind is that the Renaissance took place during the 14th century as well as the 15th century, and also the 16th century. So there's those 3 centuries that lapsed for the Renaissance period, not only the 15th century. So during this time, artists were very interested in nature and humanistic learning, in individualism. That's kind of the mindset and the ideas that were being spread and passed along between artists and just people in general during this time in the Renaissance. And so some of the art looked like this. So some of the art looked like this. So, some of the art looked like this. I don't know, just use the best one, I guess. Happy birthday. And there were so many famous artists alive during this time creating masterpieces. We've got Leonardo da Vinci, we've got Michelangelo, we've got Donatello, we've got Raphael, we've got all of the Ninja Turtles alive and healthy, we've got Caravaggio, so many greats. So the Mona Lisa was painted during this time, and the Last Supper was painted during this time, the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel was painted during this time. Crazy. So much good art. Can I say that? I'm not an English teacher, so I think I can. So much well-crafted art was created during this time. You know what I mean? Mwah! C'est belle, c'est parfait. Tu vois? And I'm sure we could continue talking about all of the pieces that were created during this time, all the masterpieces that were created during this time. But I only have a 30-minute slot, so I'm just going to keep this brief and end it here and show you guys some more pieces that were painted and sculpted and crafted during this time. And then that's all she wrote. Thank you guys for stopping by. Here is some art. Until next time. Ciao. Get out of here. Please.